This week's Game of the Week is 2048. In this puzzle game where you swipe left, right, up, and down, and move blocks, you connect two of the same numbers to add them together, and you try to get the highest number block possible.
It started as just an idea that it might be a need for this area of town. I had seen where cities were hanging scarves around their trees in their parks for their homeless.
Linda Salisbury and her family started the Blessing Fence 4 years ago, and it has grown into a community-wide operation.
People are knitting specific things, and they're putting pretty little hats in bags, and so it's really grown with the community.
That just really makes me happy. And when I come out to give them stuff, it just makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
The once small charity project has expanded so much that the Salisburys have received donations from as far away as Texas and South Carolina.
My name is Xavier, and as founder of the guild, I call out to you, the creativity of Oil City Senior High. Here at the guild, we have been playing one of the oldest games of time, Dungeons & Dragons. It is the role-playing game that made role-playing games as we know them today. Gary Gygax published it with the help of his friends in 1974, and in this tabletop pen-and-paper game, one person narrates the story and situation to the other players while the rest of them decide what their characters do. Then, to determine the outcome of their actions, the players roll dice. These dice simulate the odds of success or failure. There are 6 different dice used most popular in 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons. The most used one is the die 20, followed by the die 12, die 10, die 8, die 6, and die 4. Depending on the die roll, the outcome could be favorable or detrimental to the character. Like, for instance, swinging a sword at a dragon. If the dragon's hide is particularly thick, then the sword is likely to bounce harmlessly away, but if the sword hits just the right chink between the scales, then it just might hurt the dragon. In order to decide whether or not something like this happens, the player must roll a die, hence the need for so many dice. Back to why I'm here. I am only one person, and this creates trouble for me because I have responsibilities outside the guild, in addition to holding up the world for the players to explore. That brings me to why you're here. I call out to you because trying to handle 15 players while ensuring their enjoyment can be very difficult. But if I have more people, I can divide the players up into groups where the Game Master can tailor the game for their players. If you've heard my pleas, and you feel you're up to the task, then contact me by sending a message to my student email, xavierking@student.ocasd.org. That's spelled ZAVIERKING at student.ocasd.org. If you didn't hear about the guild before, and you're enticed to join us, come visit this upcoming Tuesday after school in the library until 5:30 p.m. Thank you for listening. Now for a clip from last Tuesday. But before that, let me explain that the characters decided, after witnessing the execution of innocents, to take down the governess of this town. And having arrived at the tavern, they now proceed with this goal in mind. You guys are in town, the town of said governor, whose name has not been revealed to you yet.
Alright.
Ma'am. Where is this governor?
Their name is Mom.
And you guys don't really know where the governor lives either.
The
but
town.
You guys you guys are in the town.
Should I just go around asking people where this governor is?
You can. Do you want to go around asking people where the governor lives?
That's stalkerish.
No, I'm like negative. It's -2. I got 13. Oh, I'm 11.
Minus 1.
Yeah, I'm 6 intelligence.
So you say that, and the other people in the bar, whenever you say words like that to them, they just scoot away from you.
Did anybody answer at all?
Yeah, so like real life.
Ask the bartender who the governor is and where I can find him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So,
Go ahead and roll.
okay.
What did
12.
you roll? 12?
Plus 3.
15. Okay, so you walk up to the bartender, and you're like, hey, we need to talk to the governor. Where can we find him or her?
And then what happens?
And then
Not
the
assuming
bartender looks at you with a smug grin and says, "Well, to get that information, kid, you need to buy a drink."
All right,
Beverages.
drink up.
So you guys drink your ale.
So then I ask him again.
So you ask him again.
Yo, dude, can you tell me now? I already
Ask you the question.
I
bought
bought
your
that drink.
drink. I am no longer thirsty because I had a drink. Can you please answer my question?
I am no longer thirsty. I have had
My
enough.
thirst has been quenched.
Alright, so the bartender says, "Excellent, excellent." And he says,
Buy another one. Okay.
The lady you are looking for,
First.
the lady you're looking for, her name is Natalia Lapointe.
Okay.
And,
Where?
well, if you look down yonder that street over there, you'll look a right at the third intersection. And then you'll look for the second house on the left.
Okay.
It should be pretty big.
Okay. So then we all go. Then we all get up and leave to their
And then
place.
second house to the left.
I break in.
Uh,
Can I break in?
You're going to, so it's like
Yeah, I'm gonna
6
break in.
p.m.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys are walking down the street, you turn right.
Okay, so we walk.
Is Natalia?
We found the house
We find the house because we walked there.
Yes.
Yes.
with our feet.
You guys see a pair of very, like, tough men guarding the door.
Oh, come on, we can take this. Straight.
He has like 2 health.
Okay, so then we go out there and ask them nicely to please move.
Roll your diplomacy.
Okay, I rolled 17 and plus 3, that's 20.
You know,
So it
instead
works.
of robbing the house. They have
You-
really good
they
disguise.
look at you, and because you managed to, you were like begging them and whatnot, so they decided that they wouldn't. Thank you for watching.
Looking for a new game to occupy your time with? Well, try out Flow Free. In this game, you have to find the most efficient way to connect the dots of the same color without running into the other lines you've already made.